Hi, this is Bob Buttitta reporting from Cowboys training camp. Well, day two is in the books, and again, it was another good day of practice for the Cowboys. Although injuries continue to be the big story early on in camp, defensive end Anthony Spencer, who is going to be a key to this new 4-3 scheme that the Cowboys plan to run, is dealing with what he describes as a bone bruise, and it's something that has nagged him, I guess, through OTAs and in the offseason. He's a bit concerned about it. The team sent him for an MRI, and not too much known other than that, but he's hoping that that's all it is and that he'll be back relatively quickly. We'll wait and see what happens. Tight end James Hanna has joined the growing list of players here that are dealing with hamstring issues. And head coach Jason Garrett was saying that he doesn't think there's anything really to that. There's just kind of a coincidence, all the hamstring issues. But they're monitoring that like everything else. And he's hoping that all the guys that are out with those injuries will get back fairly quickly and not miss too much practice. They feel like they have enough time to make up for it since they got the extra week of practice that they are granted for playing in the Hall of Fame game. In terms of the practice today, the afternoon practice was a pretty spirited practice. The defense seemed like it was definitely ahead of the offense today. The offense just seemed a little bit sluggish, a lot of missed passes, bad timing. Tony Romo was sacked a couple of times. Romo didn't have an especially good practice today, but overall he's looked pretty good in the first couple of days, bouncing back from the off-season surgery that he had. Des Bryant and DeMarco Murray offensively have looked really good. Murray is, of course, coming off several injuries from last season, and they need to run the ball better, and having a healthy DeMarco Murray will greatly help that cause. So that has to make all the Cowboys pretty happy. We'll have to see how, as we go along here, how the injury things stack up and whether or not the team feels like they need to go out and get some replacements for some of these guys, especially on the defensive line. It was confirmed today that they have lost one of their defensive tackles, Tyrone Crawford, for the season with an Achilles injury. He will have surgery sometime next week in Dallas. And he was one of those guys that was coming on, and the team is really sorry to see him have his progress stop, but they're optimistic that he'll bounce back, but they'll have to go without him this year. Anyway, that's it from day two of Cowboys camp. We'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Bob Buttitta.